J.Lo has close ties with Diddy as they dated for 2 years and were always seen together. But with his arrest, it's been speculated that she had something to do with all the crimes that he committed. New evidence has been leaked online about J.Lo on the night Diddy committed a horrible crime. And it seems like she might have participated in it, or at the very least knew about it and didn't do anything about it. On September 7th in the year 2000, it was the MTV Video Music Awards. It was a big deal at the time, and J.Lo and Diddy went together. Now, J.Lo actually won a VMA and actually thanked Diddy in her acceptance speech. Now, after the awards show, there was an after party and an after party for the after party. Now, this is when it seems that things went south. At the first after party at a nightclub, photos were taken of J.Lo and Diddy. Except they weren't the happy couple they appeared to be on the red carpet and during the awards show. J.Lo was seen yelling at Diddy, and it appeared that they were having some sort of fight. Now, what the fight was about at the time, no one knew, but now we think it might have to do with one of his crimes. Since the photos have resurfaced, people have been jumping to conclusions about what happened, but a source has now come forward to give some background on what was happening. They said everyone was dancing and enjoying themselves, but as the night progressed, tensions rose between him and J.Lo. The source, who was seemingly present at the scene and witnessed the former couple butting heads, confessed. The party guests also claimed that in the aftermath of this spat with his then-girlfriend, Diddy left the place early on, accompanied by a group of girls and his entourage. Now, why is all of this so important? Well, in October 2024, an anonymous woman going by Jane Doe accused Diddy of mistreating and taking advantage of her on the very night the VMAs happened. And the fact that J.Lo was seen fighting with Diddy is just something else that's making people raise their eyebrows at the music mogul. Now, the lawsuit says a friend dropped Jane off at the VMAs at the Radio City Music Hall. She did not have a ticket, and she approached various limousine drivers to try to gain access to the show or an after party. One driver, the lawsuit says, told her that he worked for Diddy and that she fit what Diddy was looking for. He then invited her to a party after the show and told her to return to his car later in the evening after he transported Diddy and Jay-Z. Now later, the driver picked her up, and after 20 minutes they arrived at a white house with a U-shaped driveway. She then had to sign a document she believed was a non-disclosure agreement on arrival to enter the party, which the suit says was filled with celebrities. Now, while she was there, she was offered a drink that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down, so she went into another room to go rest. Shortly afterwards, the suit says, Diddy and an unnamed male celebrity entered the room with Diddy saying, "You are ready to party." That's when she alleges she was taken advantage of by both men, while an unnamed female celebrity watched. Now, after the alleged incident, the suit says she grabbed her clothes and left. Now, that is actually horrible, and people have been speculating who the unnamed celebrities were. But in December, the suit was refiled, and it named Jay-Z as the unnamed male celebrity. Now, he of course is denying it and put out a lengthy statement about this accusation, and he claimed that Jane Doe's lawyer, Tony Busby, was engaged in unprofessional behavior. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime should be locked away, would you not agree? He said. These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. Now, it's been claimed that Jay-Z received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve the matter. In response to the letter, which NBC News has seen, Jay-Z filed his own lawsuit against the accuser's attorney, and he claimed that he was being blackmailed, and again denies everything. So now we know who the anonymous male celebrity was, but who was the female celebrity? People are currently pointing fingers at J.Lo. And listen, even if it wasn't her, there's no way she didn't know what was going on. She was with him all the time, but J.Lo has actually revealed that they got into fights a lot. After they broke up, she said, "It was the first time I was with someone who wasn't faithful," she told Vibe magazine. mean, I was in this relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts. It really took my whole life in a tailspin. She grew increasingly concerned about his fidelity, saying I never caught him, but I just knew. He'd say he was going to the club for a couple of hours and never come back that night. Now, Diddy himself admitted that he was often unfaithful in relationships, as in a 2015 appearance on The Breakfast Club, he said his partners would often be frustrated with his behavior. Then there was the way that Diddy spoke to her during their relationship. J.Lo revealed in a 2001 interview with Rolling Stone that Diddy would often threaten to divorce her despite the fact that they were never married. A lot. He told me many times I want a divorce, she said during the interview. She explained that this threat would come up often, usually when they were struggling to find time to see each other due to their hectic schedules. Diddy, frustrated by their lack of time together, would say, I'll be away so much, or he'll be, he can't get away, whatever, but he'll say, so where do I send the papers, she said. Now, while Jennifer described herself as a homebody, Diddy was much more inclined to spend his free time at the club. Puffy loves to go out, she says. He's been a going out to clubs person all his life, doing his thing. I've always been a homebody, so we switch off what we do when we're together. I don't really like to talk about us because I don't feel like it's anyone's business. It's a separate thing. He's an artist, I'm an artist, we have two separate careers, she said. But the fact that Diddy was saying all this to her is crazy, and him just controlling her behavior because he was trying to make J.Lo feel bad for him and for him to be able to do whatever he wanted. Now, after they broke up and it was announced to the world, J.Lo later admitted that they broke up and got back together far more than the public knew, which honestly isn't healthy at all. But in the year 2001, the couple ended things for good. It was scary, and we broke up many times before that and got back together and broke up again, and nobody knew about it. Towards the end, it was emotionally exhausting. It was good that I was young, she told Variety in an interview. Now, in 1999, Diddy was arrested following an incident that happened at a nightclub in New York, and J.Lo was with him, resulting in her getting arrested too. The incident started with a disagreement and ended with 3 different people becoming injured. After the incident, Diddy, J.Lo, and others left the scene, but they were involved in a police car chase. Now, according to the Washington Post, police found a stolen weapon in the car, and both Diddy and J.Lo were arrested and initially charged with criminal possession of stolen property. Now, the charges of J.Lo were dropped overnight, but Diddy went to trial. J.Lo spent 14 hours in a police station as a result of the incident, and she later described it as an unfortunate situation, adding, we were somewhere we shouldn't have been, it was a bad situation, and any bad situation that involves celebrities, people run with. Now, some witnesses though say that they saw J.Lo throw evidence out of the car while they were running from the police. Now, J.Lo has rarely spoken about the incident, but in the year 2000, she did address it in an interview with British Elle. She said, it was a complete nightmare, I had absolutely no idea what was going on, no one did. Now, this just proves that she was willing to do anything for Diddy though, and that is not a good thing. Well, that's all for our video today. Do you think J.Lo is complicit in all this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.